Welcome back in, folks. This is JE Live, and we are coming to you from a Rams win over the Arizona Cardinals. If you guys like this at any point, be sure to hit the thumbs up, as well as be sure to hit that subscribe button. So, with this game, I'm not as excited about the win as maybe I should be, and I guess I'm just spoiled in that sense, but really, I just felt the whole game. This is a game that the Rams really should have just dominated in. And I mean, I feel like they did. The scoreboard doesn't indicate it. The time of possession sure as hell doesn't indicate it. But I really do feel like the Rams were just by far the better team. And I think they held themselves back in many aspects. Stafford doesn't throw his first touchdown of his career with the Rams. The first game ever, he doesn't throw a touchdown pass. Cooper Kupp was like unstoppable in this game, and then he ends up with 44 yards. So kind of surprising there. I mean, he had, 600, not 600, 64 yards total and a touchdown because the 20-yard run. But it was a frustrating game. It was a weird game. It was an ugly game. I mean, I, I, I don't know. I should feel better. Wins are never guaranteed in this league, but I don't know. I kind of guaranteed this one. I felt like no brainer. They're going to win this, and it's not going to be close. And it ends up being 20-12, and I just don't feel like that tells the story of this game. I mean, it actually does, I guess, because that's the Rams just couldn't, they couldn't get it done as far as when they were in the red zone. They settled for field goals. I mean, or they had a fumble. We'll get to that. But yeah, I mean, I thought the defense played a hell of a game. Look, being down, losing three of your four top corners, being down to taking guys off the inactive list and practice squad and basically forcing them in a role that they haven't been in the whole year and getting contribution out of them is impressive, no matter how you look at it. So that's something that definitely matters to me. And when I go back and watch the film, I'm excited to see that because I thought Grant Haley played well. I thought, think about this. Jacoby Durant's out, kind of overshadowed, right? Darian Kendrick kind of overshadowed by the other rookie that was drafted 2 rounds higher. And Darian Kendrick plays well in this game. He had some moments, sure, but I thought he stepped up. Jalen Ramsey was outstanding. I mean, clearly the best corner in the league, not even an argument at this point. Kendrick led the team in tackles because, I mean, really they were just dinking and dunking because of what was around. Wagner I thought looked pretty solid. I thought you saw some great things moving forward. You hope to see it continue to build, but some great things from Terrell Lewis these last 3 weeks. A guy that looks like he's on a mission. So hopefully he stays healthy because he's a hell of a player. Watching him bench press an offensive lineman and then sacking the quarterback was very exciting. It reminded me of him back at, Bama. Taylor Rapp I thought was okay. Aaron Donald, of course, he gets his 100th sack of his career, and he's the quickest defensive tackle to ever do that. We have Ernest Jones, who had a solid game, got a little quiet. So yeah, all in all, kind of weird that there wasn't a lot of Robert Rochelle. I'm a little surprised by that. I don't know if he's fallen out of favor or he's just extremely raw. I don't know, but very interesting there. Matt Gay was perfect. 2 of 2 from field goal range, 2 of 2 for extra point, although he dinged one off the upright and had to basically have it careen back in. But we got some good contributions out of the punter, Riley Dixon. 51 was his longest of the day. 3 punts for 135. You have the running back spot we're going to talk about, so I'll isolate that. Matthew Stafford, 18 of 25, 249 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked once. Now, my vibe is that the Rams really just felt like they couldn't really trust the offensive line going in this game to protect Stafford. I was surprised. I thought the offensive line played really well last week, and either they weren't impressed or they were very impressed with this Cardinals pass rush because I'll tell you right now, they literally were calling anything that would, take the pressure off the offensive line. Quick screens, quick 3-step drops for Stafford. They really did not trust this offensive line to block for a considerable amount of time, and so that really eliminated what they wanted to do deep down the field in this game. The receivers, ends up being a 249-yard ball game for Stafford on 18 completions, 13.8 yards per reception. You got a 32-yard one. That was the longest of the day. Ben Skoranek. What can I say about Ben Skoranek that I haven't already? I mean, you guys know I'm on his train. I'm on that Ben Skoranek train. I've been saying do not cut this player. There's been a lot of people that said this guy sucks. He has to go. He's not good. He dropped passes and all that. And I look at it like this. He's a 7th-round pick that did not play that much in college. Let's be honest here. He was not a focal point of any of the Notre Dame offenses that he was in or Northwestern. So now you look at him, and all of a sudden he becomes some sort of focal point. I mean, he was kind of a guy that they really relied on in this game. He only had 2 fewer targets than Cooper Kupp. He had 4 catches, caught all 4 passes for 66 yards. I thought he was going to have a touchdown on that. You question, I just feel at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of Skoranek, okay? I'm on his train. I definitely believe that Ben Skoranek is somebody that can contribute to this team. He can continue to build. This is something that he's absolutely going to build off. A 66-yard performance, that's a hell of a game for him. Because before this, you have to keep in mind, like, the most he's had was, like, in the 20s, 30s area. To have 66 yards, have that big play, you could see him. He is awoken. And you see him at fullback making a really nice block on the Cam Akers touchdown run. I just feel really good about the development of Skoranek, the wide receiver room he's in. And moving forward, I think the Rams are really going to reap the rewards for sticking with this guy. Because at any point, they could have said, enough's enough. You drop this, you drop that, you cost us this interception in the Super Bowl, you cost us a touchdown in the NFC title game, you're gone. And they didn't. And other teams would have. He would not be on other teams, but he is on the Rams, and he's making an impact. And I don't know if they would win this game without him, if I'm being honest. Even though they're way better than Arizona, I don't think it's even close. Not impressed with Arizona at all. I really just don't think they're a good football team. I mean, the Rams shot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. They started off, they had over 180 yards in the first quarter, and then the second quarter was just bleak as all hell. I mean, that was a big issue. So Skoranek was huge. Also, the new old reliable meme. The SpongeBob old reliable, the jellyfish, net. That goes to Tyler Higbee, and not just Tyler Higbee, but Tyler Higbee on the screen. The tight end screen with Tyler Higbee has become the old reliable of this offense. No doubt about it. When the Rams need a play, they're going to throw that out there because it works. It does. They get good blocking. Higbee can run well. He reads his blockers well. He's not like ultra fast, but he's good, in screens. Shout out to Kendall Blanton. Dude just jumps right onto this roster off the Chiefs practice squad. Catches a 28-yarder, and then the Rams didn't utilize him again. I don't know what that was all about. Like seeing Brandon Powell get more involved, 3 catches for 27. Allen Robinson, they really tried to get involved, and they were just not on the same page in this game. I don't know what was up. He ends up with 2 catches for 23 yards. So a bummer of a day for him. But now we go on to the running backs, and I gotta give some credit to Cam Akers because he looked a lot better in this game, averaging 5.1 yards per carry. I do not know why Henderson only got 4 carries. I have an extreme complaint about that, but we'll get into that. At the end of the day, I have no picks on anybody, okay? It's the Rams. I cover them. I'm a fan of them. I want the best players on the field. I want their strengths utilized, and I want their weaknesses avoided. It's really that simple at the end of the day. And so when I get on, Cam Akers for fumbling the ball at the goal line, when you don't need to, stretch and try to get the touchdown, you literally can kick the field goal. And now you, instead of 20 to 9 or whatever the hell it was, I think it was 20 to 9, you end up, you go up 23 to 9, and it's a completely different ball game because if they even kick a field goal, it's still one possession. So at the end of the day, yes, I have a major complaint with Cam Akers. He's had 3 fumbles in the red zone, going back to the playoffs. It's not acceptable. And what's not acceptable is the fact that, yeah, this is a win, but I mean, the tune changes. What if they tied it up and got a 2-point conversion like they literally did last week? What if they did that? Are we still going to say, because I see it on Twitter, are we still going to say, well, Cam Akers, it's not his fault, that's just Budda Baker making a play? Nonsense. It's not just Budda Baker making a play. Darrell Henderson has had 353 carries in the NFL and has fumbled a total of 0 times. It's not the defense made a play. It's not, oh, the defense this, the defense that. At some point, you have to hold somebody accountable. You have to. And if it feels like I'm going in on Akers, that's why I started off by saying I actually thought he played pretty well up until that point. But the fumbles can't happen. And it wouldn't just be, it's not just Akers why this team won a game that they should have won by 20, by 8. It's not just Akers' fault. But that fumble is bad. That's a bad fumble. I don't know why they took Henderson out. The guy was averaging, once again, over 5 yards per carry, and then they throw him in on, one of those runs where they only run him out of the shotgun now. Mind-boggling to me. I don't get it. But, I mean, hey, I guess the good news is Akers might have his confidence back. He was running pretty hard. But the fumble kind of negated that for me. Because, I mean, the fumble was crucial. We can't just blow that off. Too many times do we just blow it off. That should have been an absolute blowout. And I understand people are like, oh, come on. Like, I know people are going to ask, like, Jake, how can you be like this, but then last week you were all like, a win's a win, whatever, against the Falcons. And I'm like, well, here's the thing, okay? The Falcons game, they did dominate. They put up points on the board. They almost gave it back, but it was some freak thing. Some freak stuff that happened. This game, they scored 20 points. That's not enough to really win in the NFL. Not in this day and age. You should be scoring more than 20 a game. Like, this is a below average offensive performance. They won this game because of their defense. The defense that you and I were probably complaining about the whole game. And that's just the nature of the game, right? Because the defense, the way they operate, how they have to operate, it is really frustrating. I mean, let's be honest here. Don't you get frustrated watching we call it, my dad always calls it this, what is it, the death by 1,000 paper cuts? I mean, that's what it is. Tell me it's not. Oh, 3rd down. Oh, you stopped him. 4th down, you didn't stop him. 3rd down, you stopped him. 4th down, you didn't stop. They went for 4th down like 5 times. I mean, this is crazy. So, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, you look at it and you're like, Arizona ended up with more yards in the game than the Rams. They ran, I'm not even kidding you when I say this, okay? They ran 35 more plays than the LA Rams did. They had 18 third down plays than the 8 the Rams had. So 18, they had 10 more. They had 18 third down plays. The Rams had 8. They had 5 fourth down plays. They converted on 4 of them. 8 rushing, 15 passing. They had 23 to 15 first downs. This is where stats do mislead you, because this is what the Rams defense was allowing, because they were holding them to field goals. But, as I said, it still is incredibly frustrating to watch. That was evident. When you look at the possession, the Cardinals almost had the ball for 34 minutes. 33-56 is what they had in it. The Rams had for 26. I mean, what you did is pretty much watch the majority of the Cardinals' offense today. That's pretty much what you did today. The reason why this game wanted to make you pull your hair out is because, nope, you weren't watching the Rams' exciting, high-powered offense featured by Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford and Allen Robinson and Henderson and Cam Akers and, getting to maybe see Tutu Atwell and Skoranek. And no, you weren't. No. You were forced to watch dinks and dunks over and over and over again, because that's all the Cardinals could do, because that's how the defense is designed. So as painful as it is, Raheem Morris, his defense only allowed 12 points on almost 34 minutes of possession. That is insane. That is incredible. Hats off to them. I don't know how they did it, because I don't know how you're not absolutely exhausted. I mean, that was just ridiculous. It was just conversion after conversion after conversion, and then they don't break in the red zone and they force field goals. And that's what you like to see, right? You like to see those things. You want to see those things. I mean, you don't want to see your defense have to stay on the field for that long, but you do like to see them stepping up and making those plays. So, I mean, it was so frustrating to watch the Cardinals eat away 2 quarters of the game. But at the same time, you know, the defense, you'll take this. I mean, they in 81 plays, they came away with 12 points. Listen to me again. The Cardinals ran 81 plays and came away with 12 points. Simple as that. Matthew, thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate you. Offense played behind the chains a major portion of the game. Mistakes were too many, but guys who didn't expect to play played pretty well. I agree. I absolutely agree, and thank you again for the donation. So, I just, man, I feel bad. They won the game, okay? And they looked good at the beginning, the very beginning. But it was kind of similar to the Falcons game, except no scoring. Like, they scored 1 touchdown, right? No, they scored 2. Because they had Akers run, and then they had the Cooper Kupp run. I don't know. This was a really boring game. This is one of those, you just take it and you move on. You know, you're on to San Francisco on Monday Night Football. But, oh my God. Jesus. It was really, it was hard to watch. I'm not going to lie. It was hard to watch. It really was. You know, I'm thankful for the win. But, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was absolutely going, you know, nuts watching Arizona milk the entire clock. I was not I mean, I don't know why they were. Well, I mean, I do know why, because the Rams defense, but 81 plays and they got 12 points. Raheem Morris's defense, folks. 81 plays. Almost 34 minutes on offense. And they got 12 points. The Rams held them to 4 field goals. Despite the fact the offense was really only good in 1 quarter and had a couple sporadic plays later on. I think the offense will definitely be better, but no doubt about it. But today was frustrating. And, you know, maybe part of that, maybe I'm not giving enough credit to Arizona. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit to the fact that they're starting to understand the tendencies of the Rams, but I don't know. I just, wow, it was really, really boring game. For those of you who enjoyed it, I'm sorry that I'm crapping on it. A win is a win. I'll take it. Rams moved to 2-1, which is good because the Falcons beat the Seattle Seahawks today. And so that means that the Falcons are 1-2. That means now that the Rams beat Arizona. They are number 1 right now in the NFC West. The only team in the NFC West right now have only played 2 games. The only team with a positive point differential is San Francisco with +11. Rams have -9. Right now, if the season ended today, as it is right now, the Rams would be the 2 seed in the NFC. Only Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles are the only team. Oh, and the Giants. The Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants are the only undefeated teams in the AFC. In the AFC, the only undefeated team, there's only 3 undefeated teams. Miami, Philly, and the New York Giants. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I don't know, man. It's just kind of a reminder. I'm spoiled. We're all spoiled here. The Chiefs lost to the Colts today. The Colts got shut out by the Jaguars. The Chargers are 1-2. The Chargers, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Patriots, the Titans, all playoff teams. Did you just hear me? All these playoff teams, the Titans, the Patriots, the Steelers, the Bengals, well, the Chargers didn't, but the Raiders are 0-3. All those playoff teams are below 500. How about this? Let's just do the only playoff teams that are above 500. Why don't we just do that, right? The only playoff teams above 500 are the Chiefs, the Bills. Okay, that's it in the AFC. The Eagles, the Rams, the Bucks, the Packers, and I think that's it. Yeah. Buccaneers, Packers, Rams, Eagles, and then the Chiefs and Bills. That's it. Yes, I did. Yes, I saw that. Oh my God, was that funny? That was funny. So, I mean, right now, people, I guess, are going to be betting on Miami playing the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl, which is kind of funny to me. The Rams, I don't believe, will play the Eagles. They'll play the Cowboys this year because the Cowboys won the division last year, so they would not play the Eagles. Yeah, they don't play the Eagles this year. They play the NFC South, and they play the first place teams. So, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, a win is a win. I got to be better about that. I'm not trying to shoot you guys down. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. But I certainly was sitting there like, this could be a lot better. Guys, we have 260 people in here. You guys are freaking awesome. Now, if you could do me a favor, be sure to hit the thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We have been really growing, folks. Really growing. I mean, I don't know if you guys knew. You probably do. I'm pretty open about it. But we hit 15,000 subscribers. We're now at 15.4K. And in addition to that, we hit 3 million views 2 days ago, and we're already halfway to 4 million. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're definitely starting to grow like crazy. Shout out to YouTube for implementing that shorts program and everything. Now, anytime I post a YouTube short, it recommends all of my long form content to other people that like that content. So it's awesome. It's really allowed me to grow. And I also got a huge announcement for you guys that's coming so soon, but I can't tell you yet. So it does. You'll like it, I would imagine. You'll like it. Nothing's changing. Well, something's changing, but so I can't wait. I would tell you now if I could. I cannot, but I really do want to tell you. By the way, in case anyone's wondering what the red is for, because I always liked having the blue and the yellow. The yellow makes Michael stand out too much. So what the autofocus does is it sees Michael show up, and then it's like, yo, Michael is the head of the show, and then zooms in on Michael Myers. The reason I did red is for my Kansas Jayhawks Rock Chalk 4-0, baby. I can't remember the last time. The Rams and Kansas. I don't even know if there has been a time where the Rams and Kansas Jayhawks had a winning record at the same time. I don't even know if that has ever happened. I'm sure it has, but I don't know. It's been a minute, so geez. I just, man, going back to this game, I'm glad they got the win. I gotta tell you though, this team, the Rams, I feel like if we're taking anything away from this game, let's just think about it, right? Let's just think about it. Okay? If we take anything away from this game, right? Let's just realize something. The Rams offense is going to get better. It's going to. Allen Robinson's going to get better with this offense. Okay? The offensive line is going to get better. The defense is even going to get better. I know it sounds crazy. They only give 12 points they on 81 plays. I mean, 12 points on 81 plays in almost 34 minutes. Like, what? Yeah, they're going to get better. So, I really feel like the Rams are trending in the right direction. It's going to take some time. It's going to be really, really, really hard, to repeat, as we know. I believe they do it. I believe they'll do it. I'm very excited for it. But it is going to be hard to repeat. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's easy. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I think they're the best team. I still think they're better than Buffalo. Okay, I know they're better than Buffalo now. If the Rams played Buffalo right now with all the injuries they had, they would absolutely beat them. But my point is that I know they're the best team because when everything works together on paper, just in general, everything works, they're the best team. It's going to take time. But they're in week 3, 2-1. Okay? They just played 2 playoff teams the first 3 games of the year. Okay? They didn't have easy schedules. They played 2 playoff teams. And then the Falcons, who honestly they finished last year in the playoff hunt. I mean, they ended up, not making the playoffs, but they're an interesting little team. And I thought the Falcons showed you today, that's not a team I want to play. Nuh-uh. Because they're going to give you their all. That's a team you can never count out. You gotta respect the Falcons today. The way they played against Seattle, that's a hard-nosed football team. You can tell that Arthur Smith has that team going in the right direction. It may take a little bit. They may not win a bunch of games this year, but they're going to be in every game. And once again, all 3 games, they've been in every game. Once again, Cordero Patterson went for over 130 rushing yards. He's done that 2 out of the 3 games. Mariota once again led a win. Or once again led a good game. He played a good game. They got Kyle Pitts involved. Drake London looks like an absolute stud. So the reason I bring up the Falcons, because before you guys click off, because I know some people are like, all right, he's talking about the Falcons now, I'm going to leave. The Rams just played them. So the Rams played 2, not Super Bowl, but 2 playoff teams in the first 3 games. 1 playoff team who's very familiar with the Rams. Let me also make that very clear. And I'm making this clear to myself too. I'm way too quick at times to just dismiss the Cardinals. And while they should have blown them out, it's like we almost forget, the Cardinals know the Rams' tendencies. They know this team. They're very familiar with Sean McVay. They have everything on tape, over and over and over and over again. They play them twice a year. Divisional games can go any other way. I mean, are they still way better than the Cardinals? Yeah, but still. The Falcons, they're a good football team. The Bills, they're a very good football team. So the Rams have played 3 good teams. Because I will go on a limb and say the Falcons are a good team. I don't think they're great, but they're good. And they're going to continue to push you every single Sunday. That team is going to give you their all. I mean, the Falcons have a tough schedule because they got, the Browns. I think they win that game, potentially. They get the Bucks. They got the 49ers, the Bengals. I mean, this is a little bit further on the year, so the Bengals should be better. They got the Chargers. They got the Steelers way on the season, so they should be way better. The Ravens on the road, the Buccaneers to end the year. They got the Saints on the road. I mean, it's not, the Falcons are going to have to play good teams. And like I said, they're going to give you their all. And this is a team, once again, they were down to Seattle. They came back. And then you look, Arizona, as much as we want to, crap all over Arizona because they look terrible against the Chiefs. Chiefs lost to the Colts today. And they look pedestrian. Who watched the Chiefs and thought, yeah, that team, there's no way my team can beat that team. They scored 17 points against the Colts. 17. Patrick Mahomes threw a game-losing interception. I mean, I don't know, man. I was really quick. I still believe this was disappointing in a sense that I feel like they could have blown him out. And I'm not going to take back that I thought it was a boring game, because it was. Or not even necessarily boring, but it was annoying. The team took 81 plays. I mean, 81. Almost 34 minutes. You're obnoxious. Go away. 12 points? Yeah, well, anyway. So, yeah, it was an annoying game. But, my point is, through 3 games, the Rams are 2-1, and they can't easily be 3-0 because, I mean, the Bills did beat them, right? The Bills beat them convincingly. Could they have been in it? Yeah, but they won that game. I'm not going to say the Rams should have won that game. They never looked great in that game. But now you'd have to imagine going into week 4 on Monday Night Football, you get the extra rest. You have to imagine that they've kind of dusted off the rust a little bit. Now, this is another thing here. Another dynamic that I have not brought up yet. Like, look at how many injuries the Rams have already going on. I mean, it is honestly ridiculous. You got Jordan Fuller out, hamstring, inactive. You got David Long Jr., you got Kobe Durant, you got Brian Allen, Van Jefferson, Tremaine Ankrum, Troy Hill, Kyron Williams, Daniel Hardy, Logan Bruss, Quentin Lake, Traven Howard. Are you kidding me? They have a ton of injuries. They're probably leading the league in injuries right now. If not, they're near the top. So they're 2-1. They have all these injuries. They absolutely looked like they should have dominated this team, which is a good sign. I mean, and on top of it, like, I got to say this, okay? I got to say this because I've been hearing it a lot. I'm sure you've been hearing it a lot. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Got to get those up. But I've been hearing it a lot about the Bills fans. Bills fans have been like, oh, it's unfair. Like, we were going to win the Super Bowl, and now injuries are going to rob us. Well, this is exactly why I said the Rams aren't a Super Bowl team, and neither are the Bills yet. Okay? Because you have not gone through the gauntlet yet, my friend. Congrats. You beat the Rams 31-10. Okay? Congrats. Like, good for you. I'm not taking anything away from that. But you cannot sit here and say that you have won the Super Bowl when, first off, in the history of your franchise, you've never won a Super Bowl. You've lost 4 opportunities to do that. That's the first thing. The second is that people don't understand the whole point of the Super Bowl. It's not like the best team wins the Super Bowl every year. No. The best team doesn't win the Super Bowl every year. Let me make that very clear. The best team does not win the Super Bowl every year. The Rams were better than the Patriots the year they lost in 2018 and the year they lost in during the Greatest Show on Turf, the 2001 season. Okay? Simple as that. They were the better team than the Patriots both times. The best team does not win the Super Bowl every year. Period. Okay? And the reason I say that is because I've been seeing a lot of the Bills fans complaining. And look, I feel for them, okay? I feel for the injuries. But you have to understand, it's literally week 3. The Bills can go out and trade for a safety who ends up being a huge portion, a huge help for their defense. Both their safeties are out. I get it. They're going through it. They have some injuries. The Rams had to take a guy 2 years out of retirement. Okay, they lost Robert Woods, they lost Tutu Atwell, they lost Jacob Harris, so they lost 3 receivers. They lost the receiver halfway through the game, their starting receiver, halfway through the Super Bowl, and they won. Oh, in addition to that, they didn't have their tight end. The running back was playing with the high ankle sprain. I mean, I could go on. They lost their backup tight end in the first freaking play of the Super Bowl, Kendall Bland. In addition to that, God forbid, Andrew Whitworth went down, Noteboom was banged up for the Super Bowl. And they had to win the divisional round against the Buccaneers without Whitworth. So, I get it. I hate injuries too. But, sorry folks, if you're sitting there about your team and you're saying, oh, the injuries cost us. I'm sorry, unless it's Josh Allen, unless it's Matthew Stafford, unless it's Tom Brady, unless it's Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to hear it. Because the best team does not win the Super Bowl every year. The team that wins the Super Bowl is the team that adjusts the most. They go through adversity and they do the best. They have the best outcome from the adversity they face. It has nothing to do with talent. It has nothing to do with who's better. Because if it had to do with talent, then other teams in the past, like the undefeated Patriots, wouldn't have lost to the Giants, who had to basically leap into the wild card round, and they wouldn't have lost to the Giants twice. Think about that. Best team doesn't always win the Super Bowl. Sorry. So I wanted to throw out there because right now, it looks bad for the Rams. I had the laundry list of injuries that I read to you, And some people would be like, oh, the Rams are so screwed. Yeah, you know what the Rams do? They don't make excuses. They bring in Darion Kendrick. He comes in, he balls out as well as he can. Obviously, he had some moments, but like I said, he played pretty well. And he was part of a defense that only allowed 12 points in 81 snaps. Anyway, I digress. So, what do? They bring in Darion Kendrick. What do? They take Takaris McKinley off the Titans practice squad. Okay, what do? They get Ode Abushi. Okay, what do? They continue to do. That's the thing. They continue to pick up guys, trade for guys, acquire guys. There's not excuses with the Rams. They just do shit. At the end of the day, that is what they do. So they're not going to sit there and be like, oh, it's not fair. Like Jordan Fuller, he's such a huge contributor to our team. No, guess what happened? When he got hurt week 18, they called up Eric Weddle and like, hey, you want to come out of retirement? And he's like, yeah, that sounds good. And then they won a Super Bowl. You know, I mean, come on. Did they say it was unfair with Cooper Kupp? Oh, well, we gotta stop the Super Bowl against the Patriots because Cooper Kupp tore his ACL earlier in the season and we need him. Yeah, I don't believe they did. So I'm just saying, it's early on in the season. I just, at the end of the day, I get it. Injuries suck, but please do not make excuses. This team has already gone through it. They're going through it again. The best experience is when you actually have it. Because if you don't have experience, then you don't know how to actually react. It's just all on the fly. The Rams have already been through this. They know how to do it and handle it. That's what led to them being Super Bowl champions. Now, it doesn't mean that they weren't the better team last year. I do think they were the best team last year. I said it all year that they were going to win the Super Bowl, and they did. It's not always the case. So, I don't know. Man. Not a good win today, but a win. Not a fun win today, but a win. So next week, you got the team that is playing right now, I believe. The 49ers. I'm not watching the game, but I know the 49ers are playing. Let's see. '49ers have the ball. Okay. Yeah, the game just started. Garoppolo's in. Okay. Yep. You got that 49er team. Beat the 49ers. I don't care if the matchup's bad. I don't care about any of that. You already proved that you can beat them. In my opinion, the curse has been broken. The monkey's off McVay's back. There's no excuse to lose to the Niners next week. None. Zero. In that game, I'll tell you right now, they will pick you apart if you let them. So, gotta be careful with playing bend don't break against the Niners. Just saying. I mean, it's not a guarantee that's gonna work out for you, but oh man, 215 people in here. Love to see it. Love to see it. It'll continue to grow, too. That's the thing that's so exciting. Yeah. Yeah, please hit the like button if you haven't already. That definitely goes a long way. It tells YouTube where the party's at. If we can get to 200, that would be splendid. I'm not necessarily worried about the sacks as long as he gets pressure. It's all good. I don't need the sacks. I need the pressure. Put the pressure on the quarterback. The sacks will come with it, At the end of the day, like, I don't worry too much about sacks. It's like my third bottle of Snapple today. Maybe. Probably second. I don't know. It's great drink. They should totally sponsor me. I know they won't, but they should. Seemed like Stafford took the blame on the Akers fumble. Does Stafford check out too many of McVay's plays? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it's certainly possible. Would not rule it out. If anyone has any pressing questions that I missed, because I really missed every question, and I apologize when I get going like that, and we got 300 comments or whatever, I'm not gonna be able to hit it. Appreciate you, Matthew, once again for donating. Congrats, your hard work is paying off. It sure is. It sure is. I really can't wait to share that news with you. So game plan for this week. Tonight after this show, JE Live, we'll be going live on Call-In. So be sure to sign up for Call-In. I'll post a link. It's free, and you get to call into the show. So I did. I thought it was the best movie I've seen all year. Fantastic. Loved it. I don't buy what the critics say, and I'm glad I don't, because I could not get enough of that. I will definitely be seeing that again when it comes out on HBO, I'd imagine. What's up, Hilltop? Lols. Might just be you, but maybe you're right. I haven't really looked into it. I remember distinctively week 4 Cardinals last year at home, he had like 60-something yards. So you might be right. No. Wait, okay. Am I the Rams in this case, or am I the Jets? Because if I was the Jets, yeah, I would trade Zach Wilson for Matthew Stafford 100%. I mean, that's like the Goff trade. Matthew Stafford would have the Jets in the playoffs. No doubt. They had every opportunity to beat Bengals today, and they couldn't do it. Joe Flacco did not show up. He left himself in Cleveland, apparently. Yeah, Haley was great. I really liked the way Haley played. But like we knew Haley was really good. He was one of the guys that was really hard to keep off the 53, but you're like, there's no way they're going to keep 7 corners. I think Zach Wilson is going to be the savior for the Jets. I really do. Like, I think next week, I think Pittsburgh is in deep trouble with that offense. That's exactly what the defense needs. I think they're in real trouble. I think he's going to help big time. Yeah. Although, I don't know. I don't think any of those corners today, I don't think you could say any of those corners today aren't better than David Long. I'm not saying David Long's trash. That's not what I'm saying. But I would rather have Darion Kendrick out there and Grant Haley than David Long, based on what I've seen so far. Maybe. That's certainly a possibility. I don't know, but maybe. He's obsessed of that. He's obsessed with like not running anymore. He's trying to like prove himself. It's really weird. I think the Rams will definitely be active at the trade deadline. As far as who they get, I have no idea. I really don't have a damn clue. I mean, they could go for some pass rush. They could go for some offensive line help. The problem is the NFL is different than baseball. With baseball, at the trade deadline, it's so much longer. It's so much more down the road. And let's be honest here, the contenders know who are contenders, and the pretenders know who are the pretenders. And then not always. And then you have the sellers who like absolutely know, hey, I want more prospects. Here's the problem. The Rams, they don't have prospects. NFL does not have prospects. That's number one. Number two is that they could try to trade for Brian Burns, and then the Panthers will be delusional and think that they can win a Super Bowl. I mean, you have to be on the same page. And it's not always a given. So you could have a really good connection. Say, like, here's a good one, Dillard, right? I forget his first name, but Dillard for the offensive tackle for the Eagles. Andre Dillard, I think it is. I don't know. But Dillard, if the Rams wanted to trade for him, the Eagles would be like, we're 3-0. Like, who we think we can go pretty far. We're going to want to have that depth. And they'd be like, oh, sorry, like, I'll ask somebody else. And then you could ask, like, the Jaguars, hey, what about Cam Robinson? And be like, no. We believe, like, we can compete this year. We need him. So it's just kind of like, it's one of those things where you don't know until you know. And that's why, really, I don't think the Rams will be shopping. Like, they won't be shopping around. I think it's going to be the sellers that shop around. I think that's what ends up happening. I don't think the Rams call, up anybody like that. I think they just, that's just how it works at the end of the day. Five and one. Well, let's look at their schedule. All right, let's look at the Rams schedule here. We got 2-1 so far. Now, Monday Night Football, we're in October. Next time the Rams play, it'll be October. So you have San Francisco, Monday Night Football, and then you have Dallas, and then you have Carolina. In my mind, yeah, I mean, I really do think they should be 5-1 going into the bye. Then after that, you have San Francisco coming out of the bye at home. You have Tampa on the road. Sorry, the Tampa team I saw today, the Rams should beat Tampa. They should. They're the better team. They should beat Tampa. The only games I'm really, like, concerned about, I'll say this. Based on what I've seen so far, the Chiefs at Arrowhead could be a problem because the Chiefs are really good at Arrowhead. They're good enough to win the game. So that'll be a dogfight. The Packers on Monday Night Football in Lambeau, December 19th. That could be like snow Monday Night Football. You don't always love that. Chargers later on the season at SoFi. I mean, that could be something, but that's really it. God, I hate sneezing. I would rather be waterboarded than have to sneeze. It's the way it is. I mean, people laugh, but I'm serious. I hate sneezing. I hate it. I don't care. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I kind of low-key think the Rams schedule is easier than people think. I mean, let's go through this right now. The Niners are 1-1. Say they win, so they're 2-1. Dallas is 1-1. I expect them to lose 1-2. Okay? Carolina's 1-2. Then you have San Francisco again, probably 2-1, maybe even 1-2. Tampa 2-1. Arizona 1-2. New Orleans 1-2. Kansas City 2-1. Seattle 1-2. Vegas 0-3. Green Bay 2-1. Denver 1-1. We'll see how tonight goes. Chargers 1-2, and Seattle 1-2. Like, they have one team that's. Oh no, they don't even play a 3-0 team. I mean, I understand it's early, but like, I always kind of felt like their schedule was a little overrated. Bottom line is, if the Rams show up, they'll win every game. If they play their brand of football, they will beat anybody. Makes you wonder. I don't think he looks good at all, personally. I'm not, like, overly impressed with him, to be honest with you. I'm not overly impressed with anything they're doing. I just saw a comment from earlier. Someone said it's too dark. Is my display like dark? I don't know. Like it's weird. My monitor's been acting up lately. That could be contributing to it. Like I mean, I might have changed some of my settings because I thought that it looked always dark. Should it be lighter? All right. All right, let me do a poll here. Lighter or darker? I mean, I could go with the Halloween vibes, true. All right, there it is. Community, there you go. Let me know what you think. Lighter or darker stream setup? I can make it lighter. I'm not trying to overexpose it, but touchdown. Who scored said touchdown? Ayuk. Interesting. I doubt it. I think A-Rob's going to be fine. Oh, we got a bunch of lighter. All right. Let's figure this out, right? Maybe So how is that? Is that better? I don't know if it's better. I can't really see. Is it shadowy? Is it overexposed? Like I don't want it to be overexposed. I don't know. Normally I like my setup, but I guess like you guys thought it was really dark, so I'm a man of the people. You know how it is. Better. It's better. It's good. Better. Better. Wow. Never knew. Never knew. Interesting. Move a bit to my left. You like the dark spooky vibes. That's funny. Here we go. I'm one of those people I will end up I'll change my setup so much it's obnoxious. I try not to, but like I get so I don't know. I go through spurts where I'm like, nah, I gotta change things up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you like it like this, then maybe I'll just start recording my videos with a little bit more light. I've been using like a darker color grade, but that I don't know because I've been on live stream. That's a good question. Let's check. I haven't seen any of that. Any news? Not seeing anything. I thought it was. I think Rings of Power is great. Just saw the last episode. I like them too. I feel like they're the right guys to have. They have that urgency. They have, I don't know. They play hard. They play physical, and they're scrappy in coverage, and they're athletic. And you know, I definitely. I mean, I'm bigger on Jacoby Durant, but you know, I will say Aaron Judge is at the plate, and he's trying to get home run number 61, and it's on my iPad. So I'll let you guys know if it happens. Or one of you will spoil it for me because everyone's ahead of me. I don't know why. All of my streaming is behind. It's really annoying. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it did. Not great play calling. No. It started off pretty well, and then after that, could have been a lot better in my opinion. Oh, missed a home run. I could just hear my dad go, "Yeah, he did it." I was like, "No, he didn't." Yeah, Apple TV I think is going to get the NFL. So they bought the rights, exclusive rights for uh Friday night baseball, and I mean it's kind of been, I don't know. It's been hit or miss. I think it's been all right, but there's some things I like about the presentation, there's things I don't, but it's not it's not a home run. It's not a home run. That would have been cool though. Oh man. I think, let's see. My God, we have so much content to make this week. It's gonna be fun. Have you guys joined Call In yet? Let me know in the description below or the comment below. I'm gonna drop a link. It's like Twitter Spaces but better. That's how I would describe it, and it's free. So there's the link. Be sure to drop that, or be sure to check out that link. '49ers are gonna end up blowing out Denver, aren't they? Hey, I never said Benny Sco was bad, but I hear you. I'm definitely on that side. Oh, I agree. I agree. I definitely don't think they upgraded. What's up, Nick? I don't think they make the playoffs. I don't think they're anything special. I think that's the problem. They have a lot of work to do. Big time. I think they're going to win. I actually don't think. I don't think they lose another game until maybe Kansas City week 12. So I almost said Kansas. I think Kansas is going to win too. I think the Rams beat the Niners on Monday night. It's going to be brutal. That wait is going to be so long. Oh, man, I'm not looking forward to that. No, I have the Rams going to San Francisco and beating them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually do. Now I think about it. It's true. He's earned his play. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. I'd like to see them play with a different approach against the 49ers, but I'm not expecting it. You're not wrong. The AFC West, don't look now, but the AFC West is this game away from having only one team above 500 in that division. One team. Didn't that one dude, what'd he say? That one dude had like the Chargers going 15-2. So does he have them winning 15 straight? How does this work? The same guy that had the Rams going 8-9. So are they only winning 6 more games the rest of the year? Like I don't see how this works. It doesn't really make any sense. Things don't really add up. Yeah, I mean that's when did OBJ say he'd be back? It's like December 13th, I think. That would put him in time for Green Bay Monday night. He's going to play against Green Bay. His first game back will be against Green Bay. It's going to happen. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I seem to remember that. Funny how that works. I don't think Kansas City looks intimidating, but at home they're a different animal. I expected it. I thought people were a little too high on him. I don't think he's terrible, but I didn't get the hype. So, once again, if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, and the pinned link in the comment section. Be sure to join this bad boy, the call-in app. 103 subscribers. Be cool if we could get up to like 110. We got 142 people in here, so odds are, you know. What's up, Ricky? We're gonna be going on call-in at 9:15. So remember that. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly why I think they did it. They like just assumed like, oh well, he's like having Matthew Stafford. Like, I don't know. Russell Wilson's play was kind of starting to. I don't know. He peaked a little bit. Yeah, 9:15 Eastern time. Nolan, you gonna be there? I've missed you. You haven't been around a few times. Trying to get everyone's perspective, you know? Yes, it is annoying because it's like, yeah, let's fire Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator that figured it out, held Joe Burrow and the Bengals to what 20 points or whatever. Sure, in the Super Bowl. All right, yeah, let's do that. Well, their offensive line, they have to have confidence in. Until they have confidence in their offensive line, they're not going to feel like they can actually run their full playbook. That's a problem. So that's really it. I think when Havenstein went down, because Bobby Evans filled in, when Havenstein went down, they felt like they really were stuck. Like they couldn't run the majority of their playbook. That's really what happened, if I'm being honest. Wouldn't be surprised at all. My dad said it. He's just like, watch the Rams lose that one game to Buffalo, have everybody doubting them, and then they just rip off win after win. I was like, I could totally see it. Nothing would shock me with this team. It would shock me if they missed the playoffs, stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah. I think the Rams are gonna win the NFC West pretty easily, but we'll see. I don't think it has anything to do with this game. I see what you're saying though. I don't think they're gonna blow the game though. Yeah, you'll have to come on tonight. Nope, Denver is not good. Not right now, anyway. Maybe they change. I don't know. I don't think any team is ever going to go 17-0. That's ridiculous. I don't think any team's going to go 17-0. It's true. If Akers doesn't fumble, say he scores or doesn't fumble and he gets the carry at the 1 yard line and punches in somehow, then now all of a sudden the Rams won 27-9. Potentially 27-9. Maybe it is 27-12. Although it'd be 27-9 because they'd probably go for it. They wouldn't kick the field goal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I think so because I mean that's the tone setter. I mean we've seen it. Yeah, I got you. One sec. There you go. All right. Well, we had over 1,000 views in this stream, so appreciate you guys for that. I think that is gonna do it. Yeah. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and this has been JE Live. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, and be sure to drop a comment also if you liked it because it counts as engagement, and YouTube always gives me bonus points for that. I have a call-in show that I'm doing at 9:15, so literally 18 minutes from now, I'll be live again over on the call-in app. Oh, what's up, Jim? Yeah, I can imagine that must have been a lot, but thank you though. I appreciate you commenting. Um so yeah, check out the call-in app in the comment section, or not even the comment section, it's pinned. So That's what we'll do that. We'll be live at 9:15 if you want to give your thoughts. Anybody can call in at any time and talk. It's the name of the game. And I'll be back tomorrow with more content. Announcement coming soon. Be prepared. And yeah, so you guys take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, folks. Peace.